Can justify all this.
Good fountain.
But what about the kids? But what about the children? See, I'm just doing this for the children. Okay, what do we got here?
These
Mortar? No.
shoot a lot. They make some noise.
90 shots. Berserk 90 shots. Okay, we got 4 of those. That's a lot. Okay, 360.
These are good show fillers.
25 shots, and then for all you Cajuns that I met, Raging Alligator, 25 shots. Okay, and here we got
these are awesome shots.
Smoke and Mirrors. This was his favorite. First thing he recommended, 125 bucks. This is our big purchase here.
Very loud and very phenomenal brakes. They filled this guy pretty well. This
Rich's
Utopia.
Dream, Utopia.
An oxymoron right there.
Where are we? A replica of the original Wright Flyer. Kind of backwards, huh? The control surface is in front instead of in back. That was one thing he got wrong. And the other thing is he tried to use wing warping instead of elevators and elevons and all that good stuff. Other than that, he invented the airplane. What is it? It's a wind tunnel. This is so cool, all made out of wood. See the big end and the little end? And then the neck down in the middle, that's where the air goes the fastest. These guys were geniuses. They invented wind tunnels. I'm speaking of the Wrights. It's about 9 years later, we've taken this tremendous invention and used it for war, of course. Anyway, they move way ahead. This airplane shows a lot of that. Obviously, it's a lot more like a modern airplane. The control surfaces, or the tail is way back. Anyway, cut. A V8. The limiting factor at this point was still airframe construction. They could build pretty big engines, but they were awful heavy. So they were kind of going back and forth, airframe, and then the power plant would move ahead, and they'd go, and so they would kind of shuffle back and forth on what the leading edge of technology was. Now we got round engines. Wind tunnel. Here's another wind tunnel. It's one scale bigger than the last one. They put a huge fan at one end and then they suck the air through it. They don't blow it, but they suck it. And then they have a window. See right here at the narrowest point, that's where the air has the highest speed. And they got a little window here, I don't know if you can see it. And they put the model in there. See the airfoil model in there? The paint theme on this thing. Apparently you didn't have to have military uniformity back in those days. Pink, huh? Heads, check this out. This is the late teens, early 20s. We got a V12 engine with turbo supercharger and an intercooler to cool the intake charge. These guys, they knew their technology. Pretty cool. From perspective, Indy cars didn't get that technology until about 1969, 1968. So just 50, 60 years later, the peak of racing discovers what airplanes had in the teens and 20s. Oh, gyro. Cute little biplane, huh? Bigger biplane. Isn't that a cutie? They call that a pea shooter. Not officially, of course. Getting out of the biplane fabric era, and we're getting into the metal plane, monoplane era. So all of a sudden the airframe technology has leaped ahead of the engine technology, and it's all limited by engines. If they can just get a bigger engine, they got no problem building an aluminum monocoque airplane that'll fly with it. So engine technology has to keep up now. R1820, single row of 9 cylinders. Important engine in important engine. In fact, they used them in B-17s. It took 4 of these to make a B-17 go. Later on, we'll end up with compound double row and triple row and supercharged engines. Right now, we're just making about 575 horsepower, but hang on. Transitionary plane.